What's up, wave makers? It's me, Mommy Suna.
Hello, I'm Squidward.
And excuse my bare face, we're gonna do some makeup today while we watch this video because it's a little bit long. So we have an Elomir update today. I've only made one video about Elomir so far, and that was before they launched. So what we're gonna be watching today is the CEO doing a live stream. Now this was sent to me, I didn't sneak into it. It was just sent to me, so I don't know the specifics about it, but I'm pretty sure it was just supposed to be seen by Elomir distributors and not us. But aren't we just so lucky to get to sit back and see what's new in Elomir since they launched? Before I click play, please remember to leave a like on this video, leave me comments throughout the experience here, and then just make sure you're subscribed too. Do me a favor, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, and if you've never been subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Click subscribe. Thank you! Okay, let's go, because I need to put some makeup on my face, because I am breaking out.
With that being said, guys, before we kind of get into all of the new
announcements, this is the beginning, by the way.
Please go ahead and say hi. I don't know why I can't see any comments. Hold on, I'm just kind of swiping these things. I think you guys are saying hi. There you go. Tina's the first person I see that says hi. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, Tina. Thank you so much, guys, for hopping on.
I thought she was going to say because no one was there. I think you guys are saying hi. Why can't I see you guys saying hi? I don't know, because no one's listening.
So before I get into it, let me just take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Van. My husband and I are co-founder, and I am the CEO of Elomir. As many of you guys know, we turned on our website July 5th for pre-enrollment. If you guys have been plugged in to this page and read the daily updates or been plugged in with one of our leadership team, you know that we kind of had to pivot the day before turning on our website because of scenarios that we did not expect. And guys, business is business, right? Things happen. We don't know what to predict until we get into full involvement of it. And so today what I want to go ahead and talk about is what to expect proceeding forward. Many of you guys have been receiving your emails.
Okay, well, so before she gets into that, since I haven't really talked about this in a video yet, Elomir has it, to my understanding, that you can only order 3 packs of the product because they're still not open to regular customers yet. They're still just only like giving product to those who have signed up. And when you sign up, you only have the option of ordering 3 boxes of the stuff. Well, no one has received all 3 boxes. They're working on sending out the first shipment of these little stupid Elomir strips, and then the others that they're supposed to be receiving they're just gonna be coming later. So they're just gonna have to wait. And the most messed up part is that they have to pay for shipping both times. It's all kind of messed up. So my understanding was that they like did their little pre-launch thing and they're like, oh my god, we're so much more popular than we ever thought we could have been, which whatever, dude. Like they had to know that they were gonna have like a huge pre-launch, right? Like all of this new marketing shit that they've been doing is just setting them up for success in MLM terms anyway. And then Terry LaCour, of course, owns Prove It. I think he's co-founder or co-owner or whatever of BeHip, which is a company that I just kind of figured out was a thing recently. I think a lot of other MLMs too. There are no noobs to starting a network marketing company, okay? So like they had to know that this was how things were gonna go. But they're like, oh no, we're just so popular and there was so much demand that we didn't expect, so they had to buy new machines, and I think they've gotten one of the machines. I don't freaking know. It was just this whole thing, but to me, it just sounded like half-assed excuses on their part. Either that or really bad planning, but considering how many MLMs they've launched, they had to know, in my opinion.
So for all the people that had either pre-enrolled prior to the July 5th live website, that was considered the launch team that came on board to help us create the systems and create all of the backings that we have currently in Elomir to ensure massive duplication would happen when we turned on our website. That crew is starting to receive their emails. We're starting to fulfill the back order of the 2 boxes, or even in certain cases, some of you guys pre-ordered the 5 or 10 box. I know that is not available right now because of the situation of our inventory. So I want to give you guys some updates on what is happening. So proceeding today, July 25th, any new enrollments that have come on board with either the 1-pack enrollment or the 3-pack, obviously the 1-pack was already fulfilling since last week of turning it on. The other part, hang on guys, am I good or am I on the public page? I don't know what's going on. I see all these dings going off.
Imagine if she just fucked up so bad that she just was like live streaming this onto her Facebook or something for everyone to see. No, I'm sure the way this sounds, it sounds like she was just like supposed to be in a Elomir distributor only Facebook group or something. Which, how embarrassing would that be for her to be like talking about all their issues like in public? Oopsie, y'all weren't supposed to hear that. But I'm gonna be skipping through this part. I'm gonna edit this part out of the video because she's just like sitting there like, hold on, let me make sure I'm not live streaming to everyone. Oh my god. Which that's shit, that's irrelevant. We don't need to watch. Actually, so Julie Joe and Aaron Bees did a live stream that I was watching yesterday, and the girl that was talking shit, she was an Elomir rep, and she was basically saying like that we never provide the full context, we always just cut clips out the way we want it to look, and they like accuse us of, I think they call it splicing, they splice it all up. No, I just have to put this disclaimer in there that I'm just cutting out the irrelevant shit. I'm cutting out her staring at the computer screen in silence because that's not interesting. Because listen, as much as this is educational content, it's also entertainment, and I take pride in keeping this content entertaining. So yeah, I'm gonna be cutting that out. And also, every anti-MLM video you see is like an hour long. It's because we put all the content in there. We watch like the full extent of the videos, unless stated otherwise. I'm like, so who are you talking about? I don't know of any anti-MLMer who like purposely cuts shit up and makes it sound like they're saying stuff that they're not. I'm cutting some stuff out here because she's boring.
Okay, so as I was mentioning, so we're starting to fulfill the back order. And the reason why we wanted to do that is because obviously a lot of you guys that came in early on, whether it was during the pre-enrollment phase or on July 5th, you guys are starting to run out of product because you guys are excited, you're sharing, and you're utilizing it for your own testimonials. So we are starting to fulfill those back orders. Now guys, it's going to take us some time. And we're going to talk about product manufacturing in a second. But
oh, the other thing too that they're doing, which is crazy because, oh my god, there's just like so much to touch on here. One of those Elomir packs comes with 30 of the stupid little strips, and each one of those stupid little strips comes in a pack of 5. So there's 6 packs of 5. So what these Elomir reps are doing is they're selling each individual pack of 5 strips for, I think, $25, making even more of a profit. I mean, imagine $5 for one of those strips. That's insane. But anyway, yeah, so that's what they're being told to do. I don't really know how much they buy it for when they sign up. There's probably a discount involved, but after selling all those strips, if they sell it all, they make $150 off one box, and the retail price of those boxes is $89. So some people might say, oh, that's just them being smart. That's just, you know, they're getting people excited to buy the product once they finally can get their hands on it. Well, the thing is that, like, if every individual brand rep has only gotten one box of this shit, they obviously aren't using it long term themselves because they only have 30 strips. So, like, they're selling the product to people who don't give a shit that the people they're buying it from haven't used it themselves. I mean, maybe, I'm sure they take one strip or like keep one of the 5 packs for themselves. And it's so crazy because we're getting a lot of wild health claims out of these Elomir reps. Maybe some of these people are taking the entire box themselves and just like waiting for the rest of their product, waiting for the actual customer launch so that they don't have to sell their own stash anymore, you know. But this just goes to show that there's a lot who aren't. Like that last Elomir video I posted, she was talking about, I think it might have been the live stream that I did. If you haven't watched that, there's a replay of it. You can watch the live stream where I did like an update of the lady in the video actually trying the Elomir. And then she mentions that's her one and only box, and she was going to be selling the packs for $25. And I'm like, okay, ma'am, that's your only box. Like, that's your stash, and you're gonna be selling it to people? But then meanwhile, just making all of these freaking health claims, dude. Like, it's bad out there, y'all. Hey, hi. I just need to pause what we have been watching because, you know, we've been hearing a lot about this Elomir company that is kind of pooptacular. So I want to cleanse the palate with a company that is the opposite of pooptacular. They're actually fabulous and wonderful, and they are the sponsor of today's video, Scentbird. We love Scentbird here, everybody. Yes, we do. Let's just take a little breaky break and open this package. Scentbird is reimagining reimagining everything about how people discover, shop for, purchase, and even experience fragrances. Whether you're a newbie to designer fragrances or a collector, Scentbird can help you express your individuality. Choose new designer fragrances every month for just $17. You get to pick your fragrance every month, so there's no surprises. And if you don't know what to choose, no problem. Scentbird has a simple quiz to help you find a fragrance you'll love. This first one is in a little blue container, and they've never sent me one in a blue container before, so I'm excited. This one is Kenzie Rosy Bloom. Ooh. Grapefruit, mandarin, Granny Smith, rose, white jasmine. This sounds right up my alley. Let's try it. Oh, wow. That one's very fruity. Ooh, it's good. I like this one. This next one, we have DKNY Be Delicious. Oh, I've seen this bottle before, so this must be a popular one. Plush Magnolia. We got Green Apple again. Dewy Cucumber Shimmer. Ooh. I've never actually smelled this one before, even though I've seen it a million times. Ooh. Stop it. Okay, I feel like I have smelled this, actually. It's very familiar, but yeah, no wonder it's poppin'. I'm really liking what they're sending me this month. Oh, this one's so good. The last one we have is Juice 100% Chilled. This one has notes of red berry, bergamot, orange blossom, coconut water, and cashmere. How can I not like this one too? This one's gonna be hard to pick a favorite. Although I need to go like stand back there and spray it, because like I already like scented up this area. That one's really nice too. I'm gonna spray it on my arm. What is that? There's something, I mean, it's really nice. Like, I love this. I love it. It must be the coconut water. Yeah. They all smell so good. And one thing you gotta know about Scentbird, you guys, is like, look at how much product you get. Look at how much comes in one of these little bottles. This is supposed to be a 30-day supply, but let me tell you, these will last you more than 30 days. I mean, these are designer fragrances, so you know a little bit goes a long way. You just need one little puff and you're gonna be smelling good all day. It's really great too because you can literally just like try any fragrance that they offer, which they offer obviously a lot of really popular ones. Like they got Versace and Prada, but then also like more indie brands and stuff. They got a wide selection of fragrances to choose from. And it's like you get to try them before you buy a full-size bottle of them. And if we all know anything about full-size bottles of perfume, some of them are really expensive, y'all. Some of them can cost you like hundreds of dollars, but not with Scentbird. $17 a month for Scentbird, but if you use my code, you can get a discount. Make sure to use my coupon code SM2 for 55% off at Scentbird. It's just a little over $7 for your first month, and it's available in the US and Canada. And do you truly need to know which one is my favorite this month? I'm having a hard time picking, honestly. Like the past few months, I've been like, oh, easy. It's been this one. Maybe the DKNY one. Maybe. But they're all really good. All of the ones, they'll be linked down below, so if you decide to try Scentbird, you can try any one of these fragrances, or one that you choose on your own, or one that Scentbird helps you choose with their quiz, whatever. But these ones specifically will be linked down below, and I highly recommend all of them. You'll smell gorgeous with any of these. So thank you, Scentbird, for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to my half made up face.
Just know that we are currently going all the way back to the beginning, and we're starting to fulfill those orders. So if you did receive the email, which I know you guys are because I do see it on social media, people posting it, so just rest assured that we're starting to fulfill the back order and also currently fulfill new orders that are coming on board. So the exciting news is all of the new brand partners that you guys will sign up today moving forward, whether it's on the 1 box or the 3 box, they're going to get 100% of their fulfillment proceeding forward as long as inventory is in stock for everyone, okay? And so that's the exciting news. The second thing that I want to transition to is product testimonial and product expectation. So guys, as you all know, many people have received their product and they're starting to utilize our strips and they're starting to feel the impact. Most people actually are getting a fast act result. The other portion that I also want you guys to consider and giving the proper expectation is all bodies are completely different. Even though during our test phase and our trial phase of people utilizing our product, a lot of the people experienced an instant impact. But as we know, like I mentioned, we all have different types of body and we react differently to everything. And so what I want you guys to do is, yes, we can say that we have an instant impact product. However, not necessarily everyone feels the same results, or they may not feel it until a couple days down the line. And so when we go to talk about our product, absolutely share your honest testimonials with people. If you felt something within minutes of taking the product, definitely share that testimonial with them. However, what we always like to do is put a disclaimer in there that, hey, just just so you know, because it's a health and wellness product, we always encourage try a full 5-day trial to give your body time to adjust and figure out if this is something that can help you and give you benefits.
Okay, does anyone else feel like this is just an excuse? Doesn't it feel like an excuse? Okay, first of all, we know that at least a large majority of, if not all of these fucking people, they are experiencing what's called the placebo effect, right? That's what we're doing. Because listen, there's so much hype behind this product. The moment that these people get their hands on it, first of all, their income is at stake here, because if they make these outrageous claims, the higher chance they have of not even selling the product, because they can't even do that right now. The only thing they can do is recruit. Oh my god, there's so much. I'm just like remembering more stuff I saw. I'm gonna have to like try to pull it up, but oh my god. So the expectations are set at a very high bar just from the get-go with this product. So of course, that's what you're gonna expect. You're gonna expect to see those instant impacts, and when your body's like expecting it, you kind of set your body up to, you know, everyone knows how the placebo effect works. If you think you're supposed to be experiencing something, then your body's gonna make you think that you're experiencing it. That's how the placebo effect works. And to deny that most of these people are just experiencing the placebo effect is just bullshit. Not only that, but like the things that they're claiming this shit can do, like all of the research we have on NAC doesn't really say that it can help with all those things. I mean, these people are literally, they're starting to say it's like it'll help you lose weight because they're saying it'll suppress your appetite. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'll Google it and look it up, but I'm pretty sure that's not something that NAC has ever been known to do. We're also getting those detox claims, and this goes back to the whole boo thing. A lot of what they're saying is like flashbacks to boo. They're like, oh, I'm detoxing. Oh, you know, headaches are a common side effect to people who use NAC. We know this. And so there have been reports of people who are like, oh my gosh, I have a headache after using it. What the heck? And people are like, oh, that must just be the detox. I can't stand these people. No, I mean, my point is that they're setting up all these crazy expectations, and it's wrong, first of all, and gross, second of all, among other things.
Like we all know the product was designed to do, right? And so what I want to do is I want to make sure that all of our languaging is matching the longevity of the product and our company, because we don't want people to just think that, hey, if I don't get an impact in my first 15, 20 minutes, the product doesn't work. We've even had instances where some people may have had a headache, or people may have experienced sleepiness, like my husband. My husband, I tell him all the time that he overthinks everything and he doesn't believe me, right? And it wasn't until we created this product that he realized he does overthink, because when my husband first took the product, he said he got sleepy on it. And I remember him telling me, are you sure you want to proceed with something like this? Because I feel like I'm not motivated. He literally just plopped on the couch. He didn't want to work. He didn't want to do anything. And he said, he told me that he believed this formula makes people lazy, right? And I said, no, I feel great. I feel energized. I don't feel like I'm getting upset at certain things that normally would upset me. And I said, no, I think this product is incredible. It literally took my husband about a week and a half of utilizing our product for him to start seeing the benefits that I experienced the first time I took the product. And guys, when I tell you my husband now is like a firm believer, I will tell you he was a little doubtful of the formula when we first created it. And so it took him about a week and a half. And then when he finally got in motion of understanding what a calm mind feels like, it doesn't mean that you're sleepy, you're just calm. Then he started experiencing the benefits, and he absolutely loves the product.
Also, he was just a poor, sad little man who wasn't in touch with his feelings and didn't understand what it meant to be calm. Is that what you're saying? Oh my god. I just feel like that kind of difference, this is huge, because there are people who are like, yeah, I felt it instantly, instant impact. But then there are also people who are like she's like, my husband he had to take it for 5 days or a week or whatever the fuck. That seems like too much of a difference between two people. And that's why I'm really committed to the idea that this shit is all placebo and it's not real.
And now the other day he was driving, he pulled out of the driveway and he called me and he said, hey, I took half of a strip and I feel this thing is really strong. And so I just want you guys to know that everyone's testimony is going to be a little bit different. And so we want to make sure we're putting the proper expectations in place as we go out there and give the trials to people. And we're going out there and sharing the product and sharing what the benefits are to our strip. And mind you guys, there's going to be a lot of things that will slowly be integrated into our company. Remember, we're less than 30 days old. I know there's a lot of people asking, are we going to have the ability to be educated on the ingredients? Are we going to be able to hear more about this technology? Absolutely, guys.
You have people asking, hey, when are you going to teach us about the shit we're supposed to be selling people? Here's what you're doing right now. She's admitting that, you know, people who are in Elomir do not have proper training on what NAC among the other 2 active ingredients. They don't even know what it's supposed to do. They don't even know anything about it, dude. So you have people asking, like, hey, I would like to be educated on this product, please. So for now, you're just leaving them to their own devices, which is dangerous in and of itself. That's how misinformation gets spread. That's how misinformation gets brought up in the first place, because you have people like, oh, I lost 30 pounds using Elomir. Wow. I mean, no one said that yet, but hello. Hi, Bubby. He dropped an apple on the ground. Meanwhile, you have people who, I mean, all of these people anyway, are trying to recruit people to sell this, and they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. They are left to researching on the internet, which who knows what weird holistic blogs they're reading and passing around instead of, you know, like actual scientific resources. It is a recipe for disaster.
All of that is in the works. You just got to give us some time, because as we are transitioning out of the replication side of our product manufacturing, we'll then be able to give time and proper education to our ingredient list, to our technology. But on top of that, the future things that we plan on doing, and of course, our goal is the companies that are out there currently in the industry that are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, everything that they have in their tool belt, our goal is to work our way towards that direction, but we are less than 30 days old as a company. And so all of that is going to take time, but just rest assured and know with confidence that that is on our to-do list. And progressively, we're working through all of the things that are the main priority to ensure that we get these must-dos first. And then we continue to add to what we need to add to.
I mean, I would think that educating your sales force would be part of the must-dos. That's pretty important. Like, they should especially know what the hell they're talking about and what the hell they're selling to people before they have the ability to actually do so. I mean, that's how a normal job would work anyway, and I think they got that part figured out pretty well. But Elomir's out here just like, oh, we got the internet and some group chats. We'll be fine. There's no way that this could go wrong. No, it's like already going wrong.
The next thing we want to go ahead and proceed to talk about is a lot of you guys are wondering about the Mac Daddy machine. Some of you guys are wondering, why do we name it? Because there's so many things going on at the liqueur ecosystem that we literally name the machine so we know which one is operating. Because at one point we had Brother Turbo machine in California. Now that one's in Texas. And then the molasses machine, which is the first machine that Terry had in his facility, that one is actually parked in Melissa, Texas, which is where, some of the leaders that flew in May, they witnessed the molasses machine. But now Turbo Brother machine is actually in Sherman, Texas, and that's in a whole different facility within the liqueur ecosystem, manufacturing the power that it has, right? It's not as fast. So the Mac Daddy machine. So just to give you guys an update on why, I know a lot of you guys are sitting here going, when is the retail side going to turn on, guys? We will talk about that in a second, but let's talk about the reason why we are in the scenario that we're at right now with product. Is the reality of it is when we launched this company, we shared it in the very beginning with all of the leadership that decided to come on board with the launch team, was that we told them this was the first time in liqueur's ecosystem that we were going to manufacture a strip, let alone the impact that this strip makes is completely unheard of and very disruptive, because the technology of absorption.
Completely unheard of? Have you heard of a Listerine strip? Also, I was told and sent the link to and then decided not to buy it because I'm getting ahead of myself. On Amazon, there is a similar product. It's the same thing. It's the little Listerine strip thing. It doesn't have NAC in it, but it's got the turmeric or whatever. And I was told it was fucking disgusting. I don't know. I wanted to buy it just to try it, but like, it didn't have the NAC in it, you know? So this kind of supplement exists, and they didn't just get it from Elomir. Like she said, Elomir's only been around for 30 days. Okay, so clearly the idea was out there before you guys. Not only that, but like fucking Listerine strips. And a lot of you guys on my last video corrected me, and it all makes a lot of sense now that I think about it, about the whole sublingual thing. Because like, for example, I used to take Zofran when I was pregnant with my kids because that shit like gets rid of nausea fast. But you put it under your tongue, you hold it there, and you let it dissolve there. It makes sense. That's an instant impact, sis. Yeah, okay, so it makes sense. The whole sublingual delivery system, yeah. The thing is that I have not seen a single one of these people put it under their tongue. They're just like, nah. And I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the delivery system is different between putting it on your tongue, letting it dissolve, and swallowing it with your saliva, and holding it under your tongue for 15, 20 seconds or whatever. And that's assuming that the thing tastes good enough to even do that anyway. I don't know. Anyway, my point is, it's like, this is not unheard of. of. And I know she was saying like in the liqueur is her last name. Did I already say that? Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure they have like all their own like manufacturing shit. They have their own facilities and everything. So that's what they're talking about. They're like, we've never manufactured a strip before. But the way she's talking about it is like, no one has this technology. And it's like, seriously? Because pharmaceuticals have been doing it for years. Listerine knows what's up. Like, Amazon's got shit that does the same thing. And that same company that makes the same strips that I was talking about, they have like immune support strips and stuff too. They have plenty of different products of the same technology. So shut up.
Absorption didn't even exist within the liqueur ecosystem. This is actually being created, the raw material is being created at a third-party biotech lab company that my husband and I had a relationship with, and they had the technology that was the missing piece that liqueur never knew existed and didn't know that that was the missing link to the strip machine. And so as you guys know, we're literally forming a new way of creating these strips that don't exist currently in the market. Because I know a lot of you guys probably get questions out in the field like, this isn't the first strip. There's strips all over the place. On Amazon, there's another company that has strips.
Okay.
You are absolutely correct. And what I shared in the very beginning was that we're not the first strip company ever in market. But what we have done is that we've disrupted the way current strips are being made because of our absorption technology, where we're able to take 3 magical ingredients and create a multifunctional instant impact style strip product. And what we've done is we've literally disrupted the way nutraceutical will be done proceeding forward.
How do you prove that like their absorption technology or whatever the fuck is any different? And if that's the case, then like, sure, yeah, maybe they can absorb it through the top of the tongue instead of sublingually or between your cheeks and your gums or whatever it is. I just call bullshit on it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. And until they have the receipts to prove it, and they better be good receipts, because I don't trust these MLM companies with their fucking bullshit science they always come out with. Yeah, I'd like to say, I want to see the receipts. Prove to me that your shit is different, or that the absorption is different, that the effects are different. See, that's where it's like, this is all hearsay. Like, you can't prove that. You're just saying that. What makes it different, and whatever it is that does make it different, is that like a significant difference, or is it just like a difference in manufacturing that ends up with the same product at the end?
Number one, our absorption technology, the way we encapsulate our ingredients, a lot of people don't even understand or can't figure out what it means. I catch people at liqueur calling it nanotechnology. We're not nanotechnology. Some people have called it liposomal. Some people have called it all these different verbiage, and I tell them that's not what it is, guys.
Okay, then maybe, I don't know, educate your sales force. Shut that shit down. It is being called a bazillion different things. And if it's not true, then you need to get these people to shut the hell up.
I promise you, we're doing all the vaccine workings to prove what our technology really does and how the encapsulation process is so disruptive and unique compared to anything that currently exists in the market. And so with that being said, guys, not only have we disrupted absorption, but we are now disrupting all of the strip world, where the current generic strip machine that tons of manufacturing companies have, and you can even Google search and look for white labeled strips. There's a standard formula to how these strips are being created in the market. We at Elomir disrupted that formula as well and created a whole new formula from the ground up.
But does that make a difference though? That's what I'm asking. Like, prove to me that that makes any sort of difference at all.
That all of our machines are having to be re-engineered and customized to Elomir's formula. So what does that simply mean? That means that any generic formula of strip cannot go onto our machine, and our formula cannot go on a generic strip machine, because during the time of us getting the company ready to go live on July 5th, right? Terry literally had to call 10 different manufacturing facilities across the United States. And every single facility rejected the formula because they said that they couldn't handle the way we formulated this goop, because it's very thick and it's untraditional to what they're used to utilizing for a strip product. And so they had to turn down the formulation because the machine wouldn't be able to handle it. So what does that mean from you as an opportunity standpoint, from a product sharing standpoint? It would be impossible for many reasons for someone to go out and replicate what we've done, because number one, the exclusivity of technology is signed to Elomir, the network marketing company. It is exclusive to us. No one else has access to it. And the second thing is, these companies have to be willing to spend a fortune on re-engineering the standard normal manufacturing machines that you purchase from, those companies. You would have to re-engineer it to fit and create and be able to accept the formula that we created. And so when I tell you guys that Terry is excited about this, because he knows that the barrier of entry is going to be very hard for anyone to come in and replicate what Elomir has done from a product standpoint, this is why he is doing everything in his power to make people get the product up to line, get everything in manufacturing lined up for us, so that we can scale us to $100+ million in our first 12 months in business. And he wholeheartedly believes we are going to hit those numbers. And so what I want you guys to know from a standpoint of manufacturing and production, we're not white labeling any traditional product. We are literally creating a whole new category for us. We're disrupting the way nutraceuticals are going to be done. We're making so much noise in the industry that someone actually approached the liqueur ecosystem a couple weeks ago and literally asked if they could formulate a strip for them as a company. And liqueur turned them down and said, these strip machines are Elomir's machines. And so guys, we are literally lighting a fire in this industry, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. I'm just letting you guys know that Elomir is the talk of the town because of what we've been able to do. People have mocked us. People have laughed. They have made fun of us. But what I will tell you is a lot of those people are now coming back around and saying, I want to try this product, or they've tried the product and they've literally called me and Tuan and said, hey, I was one of those people that mocked you guys, but when I tried the product, holy crap, this stuff does work. And we're excited for you. Some have jumped on board. Some are supporting us from a distance because maybe they're a top earner with their company or they're excited about what they have, but they can recognize success and disruption, and they've called us, they've encouraged us, they've empowered us, they've literally just congratulated us on the success that we've been creating in the market with you guys building out in the field. So I just want you guys to know you're doing an amazing job putting the word out there, and we are definitely creating a massive buzz that continues to grow across every network in this industry. And there are people that are literally telling us that they normally may experience 1 to 2 people bombing them about a new opportunity, but they've never seen it that 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 people in their network bomb them about the same opportunity.
Excuse me. Market saturation? That's a thing. Everyone and their mother is jumping onto Elomir. Yeah, for sure. That just means that there's not going to be much room for these people to grow huge. If one person is getting pitched this by 6 or 7 other people, well, then they can only join one of them. They're probably only going to shop with one of them. It's just so stupid. Like, I don't know if this is brag worthy. If it was like customers, you know, if I'm one person, I have 7 people in my DMs begging me to send them the product, that's one thing. Like, I would be like, okay, yeah, you guys are onto something there, but like, this is like being pitched as a ground level opportunity, and like she said, they are causing ripples in the MLM industry. Yeah, for some reason, this company is like on everybody's tongue, you know what I mean? Oh, ooh, I didn't even mean that in like the literal way, like, you know what I mean? Everyone's like, Elomir, Elomir, Elomir. Ultimately, the selling point right now is not the product, because you can't sell the product to people. The selling point right now is the opportunity. And that's where the whole thing is just like so fucked up and so convoluted, because you have people who have never even tried the product and they're running around like, oh, you gotta try this. And it's like, you haven't even tried it yourself. And none of these people have been using it for more than 30 days straight. You know what I mean? Like, so there's no long-term anything. You know, she said that they did some testing or whatever, but who knows how long that was, how big was the sample size, you know, that kind of stuff that we always ask those questions. I just feel like this is fishy.
In literally less than 7 days of just networking. And so that's where Tuan and I get super excited about everything that is happening. And I know that you guys are excited. So I just want to congratulate you guys for a great job that you're doing out in the field. And I know it's going to be challenging at times. We're going to go through the road bumps, the hiccups that a new startup company goes through. But with the backing that we have with the liqueur ecosystem, supposedly the Mac Daddy machine is supposed to triple the amount of inventory we're able to produce currently right now, which is about 1,000 boxes a day, 1,000 completed boxes a day. The Mac Daddy machine is supposed to triple that amount for us, so that we can then proceed to turn on the retail side of our website. And some of you guys are sitting here wondering, why can't we just turn it on now, because we're already recruiting people in with the one box concept? I just want you guys to know that the reason why we refuse to turn on the retail side is because, number one, we want to be able to have the inventory to support you and all of the anticipated customers that are planning on joining Elomir with the product only, not opportunity. And from a recruiting standpoint, we have enough inventory to service all of the recruits that are coming into the company so that we can ensure a speedy process of them ordering and then receiving their product. Because we know that obviously customer service reputation is a big deal, especially in network marketing, because everything goes viral, whether it's good or bad. And so for your customers, we want to ensure that when they hear about Elomir, they're hearing great reviews that a customer purchased their product, they were able to get an email, get their shipment out in a timely manner, they were able to experience our product and love our product, right? And so our goal is we want to wait and ensure that we have enough inventory, because us And the team at Liqueur know that the day we turn on the retail side of our website, you guys are literally going to create a floodgate like you guys did on July 5th.
Yeah, but you know what? Most of those people who are going to be buying more boxes of those strips are going to be the distributors. Guarantee it. Because right now, guys, one thing you got to know about Elomir is that no one is hoarding product. No one is inventory loading because there is no inventory to load. But once they have that opportunity, you know they're going to. That's coming. That's coming, dude. As soon as they're able to order multiple boxes and have it shipped to their houses and then also have it contribute to the compensation plan in whatever way it does, they're going to be doing that. So who's going to be crashing the website? Not actual retail customers. I mean, that's doubtful in my opinion. It's probably going to be a bunch of distributors.
A massive amount of retail orders to come through. And so what we want to do is we want to protect your customers. We want to protect your reputation, their experience with Elomir, because at the end of the day, we're looking for the longevity and the legacy build of this company. And yes, we can sit here and take credit cards all day long, and you guys can feel like you are putting in customer orders. But at the end of the day, if we don't have the inventory to service them, next month, 60 days, 3 months, 1 year, when we launch our new product, I'm not saying it's going to take 1 year to launch a new product. I'm just saying, hypothetically, in 1 year, if we did a terrible job servicing your customers today, what makes you think you're going to get another order out of them, or even any type of order from them a year from now when we launch our second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth product, right? And so our goal is we want to keep that integrity for you in the field and integrity from us as a company so that your customers will have an excited buying experience with Elomir. We are a little held back, and all it really is just because our manufacturing capabilities currently right now for Access Clarity is 1,000 boxes a day. And so as you guys can tell, there's a lot of momentum, and so we're doing the best that we can to continue to service and keep up. And like I said, we're doing a lot greater than other startups that I've dealt with, and I kind of just want to briefly touch on that because I know a lot of people have experienced startups in the past, and that's a lot of fear and reluctancy that people, maybe they don't go full force or they have a little bit of nervousness in them. I will tell you guys the reason why we started Elomir was because we told ourselves we didn't want to be like every other startup company. We said that if we ever decided to get into the path of becoming owners in network marketing, we wanted Liqueur as our backing because we knew the connections that Liqueur had, we knew the resources that Liqueur had, we knew that they were empowered to do anything and everything to ensure that we didn't have as much roadblocks as other startup companies that are limited either by finances or their capability of reach. And what I tell you guys, we've been a part of 3 other startups. And when I say that we've dealt with other headaches that were worse than what we're dealing with today, those startups, we literally paid money. I'm going to say what, it was $1,200, and they didn't ship a single product for 7 months. Like zero communication, never told us when to, like they told us one day and then they denied it and said, we never said that was when it was going to ship. And then never even told us when it was going to ship. And a week before it actually shipped, they made the announcement like, good news, guys, we're all shipping the product 7 months later, right? That's what we're used to. And then the other part of the startup journey that we've ever gone through, and especially if it was something that blew up and grew really fast, right? Because that's usually when you experience the most startup is when a company grows faster than it expected to do, just like Elomir did.
Funny how like every MLM uses this as an excuse to suck. They all do this shit. They're like, oh yeah, we just didn't expect to have this much growth, and now look at us. We can't provide everyone with their orders. Ah! I feel like it's an excuse, dude. Like I don't believe it every time they say this shit. It just seems like an excuse to have shitty service. Lime Life did the same shit to me when I was in Lime Life because they are like, oh yeah, we turned off Enrollments and now we're gonna turn it back on this date, so we're gonna have a lot of people joining because we had to get all caught back up with how fast we were growing. And then it took like 3 months for them to even get the foundation that I needed. And like, yeah, this is just growing pains. That's all this is. That's all they ever say. It's just, it's growing pains. Yeah, okay. Every time, dude.
The other things we dealt with was the fact that products were never even disclosed when they were going to come to market. They kind of gave us teasers of what was going to happen. None of us actually tried the product because we weren't allowed to touch the product, right? Because the owners, I don't know, I can't judge them and I don't know what happened in the background. But what I can tell you is that like all of us that did the startup, we didn't even get to try any of the products. And they made us pay $5,000 to get involved into the business side with no test of any type of product, couldn't touch anything. They would show us on camera, but none of us had access to tasting it or even trying it before we had to pay $5,000 to join a startup company.
You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing that she has made shady business decisions before in her life. And obviously she has a lot more money now. So, you know, things are probably different. But it's like, what if you haven't changed? What if all of this is still shady. Like, you're basically just admitting to like making bad business decisions in the past. Like, how do we not know that that's not what's going on right now?
Right? And guys, you know where that all led. We literally built it and we grew it so big. But the problem was the lack of communication caused so much destruction to people's networks that they ended up quitting, or people started quitting because they just were not being communicated to and not being told what was going on after the company took their money. And so why do I want to share that? I'm not putting down any other companies, guys. What I'm sharing is through our own experiences of dealing with startups. This is the very reason why the decisions that we do make from a corporate standpoint for Elomir is exactly why it is the way that it is. Because we don't want to make those past mistakes that we've experienced in the field that caused a lot of negativity that started breeding into our organization. And so I just want you guys to know that a lot of you guys, if you've experienced startups, please reflect back on your own journey and really ask yourself, you know, the things that you've gone through, hasn't really been as hard here. And the only hard that we're experiencing in Elomir, and I'm not even twisting it, it is 100% the truth. We are in such high demand of this product. Like, people want the product, right? It's not about the money-making opportunity. It's not about just joining the business. We have such a high demand of people wanting to try these strips that they are literally banging down your door. They're banging down your inbox saying, when can we buy this product? When can we get our hands on these strips?
I highly doubt that a mass majority of those people banging down anyone's doors are customers. At the very least, maybe they are people who are wanting to get into Elomir as a distributor, but they have a little bit more integrity than to just jump in without trying it. I don't think it's as in demand by like just actual customers as they want to make you believe it is.
Those are great demands to have, guys, because you'd much rather have that type of response to an opportunity than someone going there and saying, how much money can we all make? Because when you only chase the dollar, the opportunity only goes as far as the dollar can pay. But when you have a true company that has a product that has substance beyond just an opportunity, you know you are going to build something for the long haul. And so I just want to share that with you guys because I know that what we did behind the scenes to build this product, obviously we're biased because we own the company, but wholeheartedly I share the passion that I have because when we created this, we came from a place of purpose. We did not do it for income. And anybody that was in the know in the very beginning knew that if it was just for income for us, we would have just thrown anything together and turned on a company in 1 month and just utilized our influence. But we hid this behind the scenes for 10 months.
Dude, how are we supposed to believe that you're not doing that though? She said 10 months? Like, to launch a company like this and to have like a wellness product that supposedly does all these things, shouldn't that take years? I mean, really though, like 10 months seems like really quick to start up a business of this capacity. If it was all about the money, we would have just thrown a bunch of shit together. Well, you literally threw 3 ingredients into a strip and then somehow convinced all these people that it does all these magical things. And now look at you. That's where they're at right now. At 10 months, she said. It's just unreal to me.
Because we wanted to do it right. We wanted the product to be perfect. We wanted to formulate it a certain way. And then by the time it was ready to go, that's when we started turning it on and talking to people about it. And so I just want you guys to know that. And so next thing I want to talk about is the new changes to some bonus programs, guys. So as you guys know, when we proceeded to go into pre-enrollment phase, announcements were made to the leadership that obviously in the pre-enrollment phase, things were being tested, including bonus programs were being tested because we wanted to see how the market was going to react to it. But at the same time, we also actually kind of rewrote our own compensation plan where this type of comp plan was never seen before in the LaCourt billion-dollar ecosystem. So imagine a billion-dollar company has never seen a comp plan the way we wrote it. And I'm not saying we wrote it from the ground up. We took inspiration for other companies, but we changed out certain parts that we felt didn't empower the team, the new people, the middle level leadership to the upper level leadership. And all we had in mind was when we wrote out this comp plan, we wanted to find a way to stair step the new people into growing into whatever level of financial success they were looking for.
I hate when they fucking say this shit because who is looking for just a little bit of financial success? I mean, oh sure, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I just want to get my product paid for. But you know, like if you were to offer them like, hey, no strings attached, if you do this thing, you will make a shitload of money, guaranteed. They're gonna jump on it. Like no one's gonna say no to more money. Where do you want to be? Oh, I don't know. I want to be financially free. Every fucking person wants to be financially free, period. I don't fucking care if you're someone who's like, no, I'm fine. If you were to give any of these people the option, if you were going to say, you're going to join this company, here are your 2 options. You can either make a little bit of money or a lot of money. Which one do you want? It's like the Eddie Izzard cake or death.
Cake or death? That's a pretty easy question. Anyone can answer that. Cake or death? Cake, please.
Of course, they're going to choose the better option of the two, and the better option is always going to be more money.
Also finding ways for the middle level leaders to create stability in their income, to create time to transition them to the top 1% if that was their goal in this business. And then of course, the top 1%, what are those guys usually looking for when they jump from company to company?
More money.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. The mass majority of 1% leaders are just looking for stability, right? A lot of the times they're jumping because lack of integrity, I don't know, whatever reason.
What does that say about the industry as a whole? And why do you think that this company is going to be any different? Spoiler alert, it's not. If finding stability in network marketing requires that you jump from company to company to company to company, and meanwhile, once you're in a new company, you're like, I found my forever home, this is the best company ever, and then 2 years later, you're at a new one saying the same exact shit. What does that say about the industry? It's not something worth bragging about. I'll be honest with you, they just want stability. Okay, how come network marketing can't provide that without jumping from place to place to place? That's like the opposite of stability.
But they're looking for some sort of stability. They're looking for this quote unquote home that they can lay their hat on and feel proud of. And so a lot of the times what happens is the compensation plan cripples the upper level leaders from building stability for their teams, because we all know that the upper level leaders are not thinking about their own paychecks, and here's why. A lot of times they'll jump into any company and become a top earner because that's just what they do. That's what the top 1% do. But here's what a top level leader is usually looking for: stability for the rest of their organization, to give them time to grow in and still make money. And for the middle level leaders, to give them stability to pay their bills, to not have to work a 9-to-5 job if they want to pursue network marketing full time.
I don't think that there are very many top 1%ers who are out there like, I just want my team to be happy. Fuck that. And they'll all say that. Of course they'll say that, but truly at the end of the day, that's what this is all about for everybody. Period.
Not knocking a 9-to-5, guys. If you have it, I believe in multiple streams of income. But a lot of times when I talk to upper level leaders, they're looking to help their middle level leaders transition out of something that maybe they're not happy in and create a stable income in network marketing. And so when we wrote out this comp plan, we told everyone, hey, we don't know how this is going to pay out. We kind of just have to deploy it out to the market and see how everything gets executed. And so what we came to realize, guys, in the first not even 30 days of July, we came to realize that the 6 and 7 icon bonuses were so heavy that one, it literally broke our compensation plan. And I share this because guys, you know me, I come from a place of constant transparency because I want you guys to understand and see what's going on, is that the 6 and 7 bonus was so hefty that it literally broke our compensation plan, and we are paying out 67% currently. So that means that for every dollar taken in by the company, 67 cents is paying out. And guys, if you know anything about compensation plans, we're not supposed to pay more than a certain percentage because the health of the company is then, on the line. But our comp plan also says we're not supposed to pay more than 60%. So for the month of July, we were paying such a high number that both Twan and I and Terry agreed that we are not going to take any pay away from anyone, because that's not our goal. We knew that we were in a special position right now of pre-enrollment, and we didn't have full capabilities on the website. And so we said that for the month of July, we're just going to break the comp plan. We're going to break the comp plan, make sure everybody gets paid that's running in the month of July.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably going to cut a lot of this part out because it's just irrelevant. They're just talking about compensation plan shit that really has nothing to do with anything. Okay, so I did find one little bit of information here where the lady who I actually talked about in my last Elomir video, for example, she has already ranked up to icon 4. So let me see if I can pull up their compensation plan actually. Okay, so it goes all the way up to, there's icon 12 and then legend apparently. So icon 4 is where that lady is already at, but I wanted to see, here we go, rank requirements. 100 PV, which must be coming from her like ordering it, right? You don't have customers to make those sales to, so the only place you'd be getting 100 PV from is from ordering yourself. Personal active brand partners, so she's already recruited 2 people. Personal active retail customer 1, but we know that they don't have retail customers right now. Anyway, qualified OV 4,500. But my point is, how is it, if it's not a pyramid scheme, how is it that people are ranking up without selling anything to a customer? No one has sold shit to a customer. Only thing that they have done is recruited people, period. And they're able to rank up, and not only that, but make bonuses. Like, let me look at the message that this sent along with this. So this says, if I have this right, I think her 3 times bonus is $600 plus $540 for her team and whatever else she got from her team. It says her team needs 5,000 volumes, so that'd be at least $500 all in 1 month for a product most of them haven't even gotten. Yeah, so she's straight up making money without selling a product. And you're gonna try to tell me this isn't a fucking pyramid scheme? Come on, dude. Literally ranking up just by recruiting people underneath her. That is what we're looking at here, and that is absolutely wild. So on the topic of what we're talking about here, I just wanted to insert this screenshot. It was a story that Aaron Bees shared with me, and then I reshared on Instagram. But as you can see here, we have a chat of someone trying to recruit someone, and they said, I recruited 7 people at $18.75 each and receiving a monthly bonus of $540 and 3 times bonus of $600. It's month well over $1,200 and not done with the month yet. And I don't know where this screenshot came from. I don't know if this is the lady who I was talking about in the last Elomir videos or if this is someone else, but literally you have someone here. They have 0 retail customers because, again, you cannot have a retail customer right now because that is not open to retail customers, and they've made $1,200 in a month by simply just recruiting people to join the business. Tell me it's a pyramid scheme without saying it's a pyramid scheme. Like, what the fuck?
Proceeding into the month of August, if you re-qualify Icon 3, you will trigger a 3x bonus for your Icon 3 status for the month of August. So any of you guys that started in July and you were able to get to Icon 3, congratulations. If you were one of those 260 people that qualified, you have another chance next month to go ahead and re-qualify yourself at Icon 3.
Okay, so 260 people have qualified for Icon 3 in a month, in the first month. So with Icon 3, this says you have to have 65 PV, which again, is gotta come from them because they don't have retail customers. So they've ordered 65 PV worth of product, recruited 2 personal active brand partners, and it does say personal active retail customer 1. So I mean, I guess they must just be like, being like, oh, we don't care about that part yet. They're just letting people rank up and rank up and rank up, even though they're not hitting part of the qualifications for it. Nobody is, unless they themselves count as a personal active retail customer. I don't know how they're getting around that, but that is a little bit sketchy. So they have to qualify 2 months in a row to get whatever the bonus is that she was talking about, but it's not a pyramid scheme, right?
And then next thing we want to talk about, product to streamline and up our manufacturing. This is something that obviously it required convincing from Twan and Terry, because guys, if you guys know, the packaging was my baby. I worked really hard on that, and I fought really hard for that packaging because I just knew how incredible the box was with the little samples inside.
Oh, I heard, and I don't know, she's probably about to say this, they're not gonna do the packaging anymore. So it's like her baby, she got to have it for a month and they're just gonna change it. I think they're just gonna do the little like sleeves or something now, is what I was hearing. I don't know, she'll probably mention it here, but I just think that's funny.
However, many of you guys know when you watch the videos, right? I like to post a lot of behind the scenes so you guys can see how our product's being made and how our packaging is being done. Many of you guys, if you have a background in manufacturing or just even owning a business or managing a business, how many times a hand is touched on something determines how much time is taken away from the final production. And so if any of you guys caught the video of people packaging our product, even though I absolutely loved our box concept with the sleeves inside, there were so many hands involved from the moment it got off of the machine to the final box sealing. It just took a lot of time. And so we realized that our packaging is also slowing us down from a production standpoint.
It's just a box.
So what we decided was we reverted to an envelope concept. I know it's kind of hard to see on camera, but this is the specs of our new packaging. And so this is what the concept of it is going to look like, which is kind of cool. We have more space now. You can't really see it, but within the envelope, it's also going to explain diffusion technology, because I know a lot of you guys are like, what separates Van? Can you tell me about diffusion technology? Where is it on the website? Well, on the new packaging, it's going to tell you how to use it.
You can't see it on our website, but you will be able to see it when you buy more product. Jeez, just make them pay for their own little tiny bit of education. This is what's important, the diffusion technology. And what's it all gonna be even? It's gonna be a bunch of mumbo jumbo word salad that doesn't make any sense, and that none of these people are gonna even know what any of it means, but they'll just go regurgitate it like they know what it means.
So our grand opening event is happening on August 12th. It will be done at Liqueur Nutraceuticals. So if you ever wanted to tour the facility and you have the ability to come out, August 12th, we're doing a grand opening ribbon cutting ceremony. The executive team will be there. We'll be able to celebrate the opening of Elomir at the facility where we manufacture, and you guys will be able to tour it. You'll be able to see how the products are made, how research and development is done, how safety tests are conducted before, after, and before it leaves the facility to logistics.
That is going to be a content gold mine. These Elomir Huns are so committed to this shit. People are going to travel out for this, and it's going to be all over people's stories, unless they make them sign an NDA, which they've already made people sign NDAs for Elomir before, so, you know, maybe they'll just do it again. But if they don't, that's going to be good. I can't wait.
You'll be able to see the ins and outs of how the product is made wholeheartedly from the moment it lands in Texas, the raw material, to when it goes through the machine and when it goes through packaging and it goes out the door to logistics down the road. Now, the thing that I will tell you guys, if you go, you will be blown away just operationally how set up Liqueur Nutraceuticals is. We've had people that have toured in, I know that Angie comes from a pharmaceutical background, and she told us after we toured the facility that the Liqueur facility is set up way better than some pharmaceutical grade companies. So think about that. A nutraceutical supplement company, their facility is set up way better than these big pharma companies that Angie has worked for in the past. That's a big deal in my eyes, guys, because of the cleanliness that they, the protocols that they follow. But on top of that, just the type of energy and positivity that goes into every company that they formulate, research, and develop for. And so if you guys have the ability to come to Texas, then I would encourage you guys, go use the Eventbrite link that is posted by Lindy in our brand partner page. Make sure you reserve your ticket and clock in the time.
Oh my God, there's gotta be like a price to pay to do this, right? So they're gonna just like gather more money from these people. Not only are some of these people gonna like buy a fucking plane ticket and fly out to see this shit, or get in their car and spend a shitload of money on gas to see this shit, but then they're also gonna have to get a ticket? Oh my God. If they charge people for this, that's a scandal. That is scandalous.
When you want to get on the tour, they're conducting tours every 30 minutes on the 11th and the 12th after the live event. You just have to select the day and the time, and they're going to tour a group of 30 people at a time. So if you're planning on going as an entire team, make sure you guys reserve a time slot for your organization. The tickets are free. We're not charging for the event. Okay. You just have to reserve the time and the window of when your tour is going to happen. But guys, we want to make sure that we give you guys that proper time to get to know the biochemist and hear from him. He'll be on stage on the 12th. He'll be talking about his technology, how he created it, why the absorption is the way that it is, and you guys will get better insight. And the most exciting part of his talk is he's going to explain to you guys why he formulates the way that he does, why he puts ingredients together the way that he does. He doesn't just throw ingredients together just to do it. When you guys hear the science in his brain, the mechanism of his thought process.
The science in his brain, is it different from like actual science? What's so special about the science that's in his brain, and why is it any different from the actual science that the rest of the world uses? Ma'am, please, I cannot wait to see videos from this dude. It's gonna be so good.
You'll be blown away by why he does it the way that he does and why he utilizes certain ingredients and pair them the way that he does. And so when you guys meet him, I promise you guys will love him, his heart, and everything that he stands for and why he does what he does. It wasn't for money. It was literally to just help people. And so I just want you guys to know that we're excited about this. Stay patient with us. We're working on everything. We're getting everything lined up. And our goal is to ensure that we can grow with the capabilities of what you guys are doing out in the market. And if we haven't said it or we haven't been able to comment on it, we just want to fully acknowledge and let you guys know that we truly appreciate all of your guys' hard work. We congratulate all of the success that's happening in the field right now. When I say success, I'm talking about the selling, 1 to 2 brand partners. I'm hearing people tell me that they've never recruited before, and now they have people, getting in their inbox asking about what they're doing. I like to hear those stories because I already know the top earners are always going to be the top earners. No offense to those guys. You guys know I love you guys, and we appreciate you guys and respect you for all the leadership that you show. At the end of the day, we all know that leadership is only as good as the people we empower and lift up with us, right? And so when I hear those stories of people that maybe just recruited one person for the first time in their career, or maybe they never really recruited before, they didn't really have interest in other opportunities that they were sharing, and people are now showing interest in them in this opportunity, those stories make me excited because that was the van that started in this industry. I did not have a following. I did not have an influence of people that just knew my name and said, oh, I know her and I know her background. I never had that in the beginning. Most people are like, who? What's your name? How do you pronounce your name? Right? So it's like when I hear the stories of new people getting excited and they're being able to share freely because they don't feel like they have to sell this product because they have such a belief behind what the strip has done for them.
Because of what the strip has done for them? Please! Half of these people haven't even tried it. And most of the people who got all those other people to join who haven't tried it, they hadn't tried it either when they recruited them. Like, no one is selling this product based off of what the product has done for them. Unless it's building a new network marketing biz because they were never able to do it before, because now they're in a ground floor opportunity, so now people want to get in because they see the financial potential there. If you get in early, you will make your way up to the top early. That's just how it goes. You cannot say that people are recruiting just telling the story of what the product has done for them. Even the ones who have used it have only been using it for a few weeks. You cannot see like long-term changes in just a few weeks, dude. Like, I'm sorry, but no.
Those stories get me excited all the time because we know we're empowering you out in the field, that you don't have to have special skills. You don't have to have these amazing talents. You don't have to be educated about every ingredient in the world.
You should though. Hey, you should. If you're going to go sell a product that people are ingesting, you should probably know a thing or two about it.
You can feel confident when you take the product and you experience something and you turn around and say, you should try this. I don't know, but I can't explain it, but you just got to try it. And you give them that strip and you let it dissolve on their tongue. And, you know, if they experience something in the first couple minutes, great. If you give them a couple days to experience something and they get something that makes an impact, even more powerful.
What happens if that person takes a strip and then they get a headache and they're like, what the fuck did you give to me? You poisoned me! Another thing we know about NAC is that like common side effects from ingesting NAC are like diarrhea and vomiting and stuff. So what if someone takes this and start having one of those side effects? It's like, that's not a good look. You probably shouldn't be like, here, just take this. Put this thing on your tongue, just take it. I'm not gonna tell you what it is or what it does because I don't even know, honestly. Just take it. That's probably not the most responsible way to sell a product.
The goal is we didn't want to build this company off of a bunch of sales rep. We wanted to build this company for a bunch of people to go out and share their passion and excitement for the product and in turn take advantage of the opportunity, because I say this all the time, that in the current world we live in right now, if you believe that 2 incomes is feasible into today's world, that is an unrealistic thought process, because inflation is at an all-time high.
Oh, stop
in
with
40
this shit.
plus years. Real estate is literally crashing in front of us, and everything from food to like, I know food is ingredients, but like cooking a normal family meal is now triple the cost than what it was 2 years ago. So guys, when I tell you that I feel the pressure at the pump and I feel the pressure at the supermarket.
You own $1 billion company. Like, shut the fuck up. You don't feel shit. Oh my god. And for her to be like, 2 incomes won't cut it. It's like, what if those 2 incomes are both significant? Let's be honest, like half of these women have husbands who are probably making a 6-figure income and they're just sitting at home playing boss babe.
And my husband and I, we do financially well, but we know the pressure because we know what it's like to not have money. I can't even imagine what most families are dealing with as we speak.
Oh, shut up.
My husband had an electric car before any of this happened. It used to cost us $15 to $20 to charge his car. It's costing him $30 to $50 depending on the day and the time that he's charging his car. So we thought being electric was going to be more efficient to our pocket because we have one electric and one gas car. But the electric car is now becoming as expensive as a gas-filled car. So if you're going to sit on here and tell me that there's no one in your network or people on your friends list that do not need to make more money, that is a lie. Guys, we are out there to empower people, not convince. I don't believe that everybody wants to do this. It's unrealistic to believe that. Some people are just completely against network marketing, which is fine. But there are people out there praying and begging for something. They may not know that you are that something. But if you don't get the word out there, if you don't put your story out there, not Elomir's story, your story. If you're not out there talking about the struggles, talking about having solutions, how will they ever discover that you are the answer?
Wow. Okay. Way to like put yourself on this very self-important pedestal. Oh my god. You are the one who's going to save these people. You are a modern day superhero. Dude, that's not how this works. And the thing that sucks is that when you do end up recruiting those people, like she's gonna sit here and be like, you're doing such a great thing, but guess who's profiting off of that? She is, and her husband, and then you are because you recruited them, and then you're gonna continue to profit off of them based on what they continue to do, because if they buy product or sell anything, like you're going to get cuts of those things. things, it benefits you. You're not just doing this out of the kindness of your heart. You're doing it because you gain some kind of benefit from it too. It's all so messed up. And I hate the way that they just overshadow that all the time.
And that's what I fully stand behind, is that all the stuff that you deal with being a part of network marketing, people telling you you're in a pyramid scam. And I say that because my own family thinks I do a pyramid scam, right?
Because you do. But anyway.
But what I do is I don't focus on those things. What I focus on is that to the people that we've helped along our journey, to the lives that have changed because we opened our mouth and we asked them if they were open to bringing in some extra income for their family. The ones that said yes, they are the ones that are thanking us years later or going off and becoming more successful than they've ever done in their life.
What about the ones that said yes and then ended up in a worse financial situation than they were in before? What about those people making up 99% of the people who you have recruited? Out of all the people who have said yes, a very small percentage actually ended up making something out of it, and that making something out of it is literally just making money off of the losses of others. It's just, the whole thing is messed up. Even my own family thinks I'm in a pyramid scheme. Yeah. Maybe you should talk to them. Maybe you should hear them out because they're your family. Like, if anyone's gonna get through to you, it's them. Quit making excuses for your shitty business behaviors and maybe ask yourself why everyone is saying that you run pyramid schemes. I mean, Elomir is specifically very pyramid schemey right now, and while I admit that once the product is getting into the hands of actual retail customers, which we all know that most of the people who are buying this shit are going to be distributors and not actual retail customers, but regardless, once that happens, it's like, then you can make arguments being like, it's not a pyramid scheme, but then, like, I mean, ultimately, I honestly believe that every MLM, most MLMs anyway, are actual pyramid schemes that just haven't been caught yet, because the way they outwardly present themselves is not true to what is actually going on behind the scenes, and what goes on behind the scenes is what really ultimately makes these companies very pyramid scheming, and she is no different. Prove It is certainly no different, and neither is Elomir. Elomir is very bad right now as far as the pyramid scheme thing goes.
Because they just said yes to an opportunity that they never knew about had it not been for one of us, not me, not my husband, but all of you guys decided to open your mouth and actually start talking about how it's helped change you. The thing that I absolutely love about this industry is the fact that it can change a lot of people's lives if you go and work with the people that want it. If you're constantly surrounding yourself with negative people that don't want the opportunity, that don't want to change their life, guess what that's going to do? It's going to pull your energy level down. You're not going to feel inspired. You're going to feel like you're dragging a bunch of dead bodies with you. Guys, we don't want the dead bodies, right?
Hold on. That is a morbid comparison. Like, you could have said anything, right? You could have said, like, baggage, weight, even dead weight. But she's like, it's like you're dragging dead bodies. How do you know what it's like to drag dead bodies around, ma'am?
We want the people that want to stay alive. We want the people that want to walk, crawl, run. I don't care what pace you're at, but we want the people that are willing to go out there and do it, and we are going to be the people that empower them with the tools that they need to proceed forward. And so with that, guys, I'm letting you guys know that for us, we're truly excited about everything that's going on. We're happy about how things are going. I know we have some road bumps, and Terry even said it's going to be kind of a bumpy road, guys, but we're going to get through this, because when you are helping a company disrupt the way nutraceuticals is doing supplementing, of course you're going to expect that it's not going to be an easy road ahead, because think about when cell phone was cell phone, right? That big clunker phone. Nobody believed that it was going to be in everyone's hands back when I was like a little kid and my dad had this brick on his face, right? We always thought it was ridiculous because it was so expensive. But look what happened. By the time I was 16 years old, everybody had a Nokia phone in their hand. And you know, the little snake game, and you know, when the phone would ring, the light go like multicolor if you changed it out. At 16 years old. So when I was a little kid, my dad was holding a brick, but by the time I was 16, everybody had Nokias. By the time I was 18 years old, we all had the Razor, thinking we were awesome with our flip phones. And then iPhone came out, Sidekick, all those things came out. People were still not believing that at some point society would all have a cell phone in their hand. But look at what happened to all the people that fought against what the masses were telling them that was going to fail. They ended up becoming some of the wealthiest people in the world. Look at what happened with Apple. 3 partners that started Apple, Macintosh, that's what it was called. They started Macintosh. 3 owners, 1 owner got cold feet, sold his shares, and guys, had he just kept his shares, I believe it's worth billions of dollars today, right? Twan used to always tell the story. I don't remember all of the names.
But like, to compare your stupid fucking yellow strip to Apple or to cell phones, reference to mobile technology. I mean, that is an extreme reach. That's a very long stretch. And she's probably hurting after that stretch and she needs to go do some fucking yoga. Your fucking yellow strip isn't gonna change the world. And if she's suggesting that network marketing is just like the way of the future, no one believes that network marketing is the way of the future. Yeah, because it's just not. Not if I have anything to do with it anyway. There's way too many of us out here who know the scam, who know the schemes, who know how fucking shady and sketchy these companies are. We know what goes behind the scenes and we expose it daily. There's just no way that this is the future.
And one got cold feet in the first year, sold off his shares for like $800. Had he just kept those shares, it would have been worth billions and billions of dollars today, because the two other partners saw through their vision, disrupted the way that computers were being made, software was being made with Apple, and this is why they are where they're at. And that is where we're currently sitting. This is not hype. This is not BS. It is 100% fact behind the scene what is happening with Liqueur.
That's exactly what you're doing. You're hyping them up for, I mean, pretty much nothing. Like, I know what you're biased. It's your company and you want to believe that this is somehow going to change the world and these dumb little strips are the future of all this shit. It's a stretch. It's a really, really big stretch.
And our formulation and what is currently happening in the market, that show me another strip that can replicate what we've been able to do and continue to do, and tell me that you're going to be able to copy that. And if you can, then you got me, right? But until you can prove otherwise, I'm just letting you guys know that people are going to continue to watch us. They're going to continue to figure it out. They're going to continue to mock us. They're going to continue to ridicule us, because what we're doing is we are disrupting the way the current market is used to it. They're used to pills, powders, liquids. They're used to those things. And nobody loves change. No one loves change. But when you start disrupting it, what you're causing is massive fear in the market right now. And because fear brings out ugly in people, you're just witnessing the ugly of fear. Don't take offense to it. Don't ridicule people. Don't put them down.
Yeah, I'm so fucking scared of your little yellow strip taking over pharmaceuticals. Yeah, it's fucking terrifying to me. Keep it away from me.
For being negative. Don't get angry. Guys, continue to pick the high road, proceed forward, continue to march with 100% confidence in what you're doing, what you are sharing, what you're doing for other people from an opportunity standpoint. And if you can ignore all the noise and you proceed to press forward, the next phase of truth, there's 3 phases of truth, right? The first one is ridiculed. Truth number 2 is violently opposed. And then the third truth, which is what we're all marching towards, is acceptance, self-evident. Right? As more product gets out to the market and more people are using the product and more testimonials are coming forward, guess what we're doing is we are proving that we are self-evident in our concept.
Okay, but one thing about what she's saying now is that every MLM says this about their product. Every MLM thinks they have some revolutionary blah blah blah, and they'll all sit here and say this and be like, yeah, eventually everyone will just accept it, and then we'll all just be using these essential oils or this mascara or, well, you know, whatever the fuck. It's like, no, but none of that has ever played out, ever. Except for maybe Tupperware. But like, that was way before social media and like being able to sit on a fucking Facebook Live and be like, this is gonna change the world. But like, aside from all that, no. They all say this. They all say we have this revolutionary idea. Our product is better than anyone's, and this is the only one that you can get these results with, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just, it's never true, and it never plays out that way.
And so you cannot deny the truth as it continues to come out more and more. And so I want you guys to know that we're excited about everything that's happening, and we could not be more thrilled behind everything that is happening behind the scenes, the strength that we carry as a company, the backing that we have, the belief from every area, not only just within Elomir, but even outside of the industry, guys. If you look beyond, you know, some of the funk, when you start talking to some real top leaders that are legends in this industry, I will tell you, a lot of them support my husband and I. A lot of them compliment Elomir. A lot of them are congratulating Elomir. You may not see it because they're not on social media, or maybe they just don't acknowledge it on social media. But I will tell you, behind the scenes, there's a lot of legends and a lot of heavy hitters that are supporting Elomir's success.
You know who also said this exact same thing? Black Oxygen Organics. Yeah, they're like, yeah, we're growing so fast. I've had people come up to me and congratulate us for how big we've gotten and how much attention we're getting and all this stuff. And then they'll go and be like, oh, the haters are making us rich, blah, 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 blah. And then they shut down. It was all full of shit. And honestly, I mean, I absolutely do believe that other people in the network marketing industry are coming to them and being like, wow, Elomir is really gaining some traction, because it is. It super is. But I can't see this being any anywhere near what she thinks it's gonna be. And I don't even necessarily know if she believes that. I think she might just be like saying that, oh, this is gonna be huge, this is gonna be the next big thing, to hype her people up to keep them from quitting.
By just being the cheerleader on the side for you guys. And I want you guys to know that there are cheerleaders out there for you. There are people rooting for you guys to win. If you focus on the negativity, then that's the result you're always gonna get. But if you look for the positivity, the encouragement, the success, the testimonials, those are what's going to get you through some of the hard days that you're going to experience as you're going out there and creating a new change to the way supplements are being done. And so with that, guys, I do want to end it here because it's been an hour. Hopefully I didn't forget anything, but if you guys can, please tag your team. Stay close to the brand partner page. Stay close to your leadership body, because every single day, new things are happening behind the scenes, and I'm usually either telling the leadership or I'm posting it in this Facebook group page. So I want you guys to always be in the know, be informed, so that when you're out there in the field and you're growing your organizations, you guys have the answers to be able to fulfill to your brand partners, the new people that are joining your business. And so I want you guys to always stay up to date. And so stay close. We're excited. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate all of you guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. We'll talk soon. Bye, everyone.
Holy moly. Okay, so that was that. Now, before I end here, I just want to go over a post that Mlm'S shared. Screenshots from a group chat of people talking about side effects with Elomir. So this first screenshot says, has anyone had side effects with the strip that have taken it more than once? This person said, I never have, but a very small amount of people have mentioned a headache. Whenever we introduce new things to our body takes time to adjust. It's possible for some people to have slight side effects due to this, but I have not heard of anything else yet at all. Oh, really? Okay, let's see. Good morning. I took my first strip today. I'm very calm. Initially, I felt a little dizzy. Anyone else feel that? Now, that might just be like, did they take it on an empty stomach, you know? Because I feel like taking any supplement on an empty stomach would probably do something like that. Just kind of make you a little, or make you throw up or something. I've heard very few people feeling this. It could be just a slight detox, she says. Did it last long for you? It made me slightly nauseous the first 2 days, and then day 3, that went away. My body is extremely sensitive to new things, so I always detox. What does that even mean? I always detox. How many like detoxifying products have you tried, and why do you have to keep trying new ones? If the first one worked and detoxed your body, then why do you need to keep finding new things to detox with? We just got our strips yesterday. Mine had no effect that I could tell. My wife got a severe headache and felt disconnected in her brain. It might have been heat exhaustion too. But what is the detoxification actually doing? She will be doing it for at least 6 days with plenty of water. Yeah, it's just like the whole thing is just like how essential oil huns will just be like, oh, that rash is just your body detoxing, you need to keep using your essential oils. Like, no, that's usually when a doctor would tell you to stop. For you, try again. For some people, the effects are very subtle. You may notice a bigger and bigger impact as you continue. For your wife, detox is defined simply as the removal of toxins, chemicals that your body creates during times of stress, or even regular things like digestion can build up in our systems. Google oxidative stress. Yeah, I'm pretty sure every person in here knows what oxidative stress is. Like, this is a group chat full of hundreds of these like natural healthcare people, and yeah, I think they all know what oxidative stress is because that's like a big thing that they're always talking about. During a period of detox, lots of water can help flush that from your system faster. And for the record, this answer is not compliant. Please do not share this. Oopsie! Freaking oops! Yesterday was my 6th day taking the strip. Last night I got tingly all over, like how it feels when you get the chills. Has anyone experienced this? I must have been detoxing? This shit is so weird. This happened to me the very first time I took it at Terry LaCour's facility. That's the only time it happened to me though. I could definitely tell when it hit my bloodstream. I only felt the tingling in my legs as if I had goosebumps on the inside. You guys, I don't necessarily know if this is good. Anyone experience headaches after taking the strip? A medium one? You are detoxing. It should get better. Yeah, they're gonna say everything is a detox. Like, holy fuck. Drink lots of water. Sounds like detox. Yes, my daughter said it gave her like a migraine. Oh, that's another thing too. People are giving this to their kids, even though specifically on, I think, the box and the website, it says not for use for people under the age of 18. But meanwhile, we have proof of people giving this to their kids. This can happen when you start any new supplement and usually goes away in a few days. Lots of water can help. It's from the curcumin, is what this person says. Are you sure? Are you sure? Has anyone experienced intense tingling with the strip? I have someone saying her whole tongue felt like when your foot falls asleep. I mean, that sounds like an allergic reaction, dude. No allergies to any of the ingredients. Yeah, my wife, LOL, the first few times. That literally sounds like you're having an allergic reaction. Like sometimes if I eat too much pineapple or something, like, yeah, my tongue just gets like, yeah, it's funny how none of those people are just like, hey, maybe see a doctor. Maybe just like talk to a doctor. I mean, how about that? That's an idea, huh? Big yikes. Lots of big yikes there. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on with Elomir because this is a train wreck I certainly can't look away from. I feel like this is Boo 2.0, except Boo was actually dirt, so at least like Elomir isn't dirt. Like, at least it's not dirt, right? I mean, that's pretty much the ground level for MLMs. Literally the ground. Anyway, let's thank some people, guys. First of all, thank you, Scentbird, for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out my links down below. Get that 55% off. Use my code. Click the link. Do the thing. You're gonna love Scentbird. I love Scentbird so much, so I know you'll love it too. And now, let's thank my patrons and my members. The list of names that I'm about to read off are my financial supporters. They get access to things like our private Discord server. We have a postcard club. Sometimes you get early access to videos, and sometimes even more than that. So if any of that sounds good to you, you can go to patreon.com/SavannahMarie, or you can click the join button beneath this video to join my YouTube memberships. Whatever platform you want to use works for me. And with that, the biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Hula Chowdown, Janelle Pratt, Katrina Rosemarick, Cecilia Dudek, Christy Taylor, Elizabeth Wyatt, Eve Blondo, Nitty Dragon, Kutch Squad 2.0, Leanne, Meredith Nakata, Ryan Mew, Sheila Tapia, Turd Ferguson, Critter, hashtag Get the W, Weatherington Law, Alice W, Amanda Shannon, Boris Geller, Caroline Reed, Casey Scraper, Daniel Urena, E. Higgins, Jerry Duncan, Hannah Morrison, Hanimal Crossing, Heidi Ha, Julia Wheeler, Kim Cartwright, Maddie Darley, Marley Fletcher, Ray, Tuesday the 13th, Jessica Billhart, The Best Elephant, A. Riker, Carol Jenks, Rebecca 88, Colin F, Laura Jensen, Mitchie 84, Vegan Chicky Nuggy, Jess Kronfeld, Emion, Kazi, Auntie Lou, Little Birdie, and Fallon Lowry. And to the rest of my financial supporters, thank you so much for being here and being you. And even if you're not a financial supporter, thanks for making it to the end of this video because YouTube loves watch time. Keep making waves, babes, and I'll smell you all later. Mommy Tsunami, out.